in my car, so if it sounds funny, that's why. So I like to jump on here when I'm inspired by something and not just do it for the sake of pumping out an episode. There's no real need for me to pump out an episode anyway if that's not the case. So, and that thinking lines up with what I'm about to say, which is what I've been doing lately the last 3 or 4 weeks or more maybe is I've been involved in crypto a few times over the years, 2016, 2017, and then I kind of fell asleep when I should have been awake in 2018, and then I've woken up the last few months again, and I've just been spending tons of time reading about crypto, looking at charts, diving into the NFT community. I've been buying some NFTs on OpenSea so I can get curious and understand what's going on, because there's a lot of neglect and disgust, especially people like I just turned 40, people over 40. You hear about some asshole buying a picture for $3 million and you're disgusted with it. And that's the first emotion that I had. And I know that whenever I'm disgusted with something that seems to be catching on, I have to immediately look into it. So I went on, I bought some NFTs, and I track them on Dune, DUNE.xyz. It's a crypto site where everything on crypto is open. So you have information to everything. You can track every metric you can imagine. And I've listened to a ton of podcasts, and I'm going to be trading it more. I'm an investor in some of it, but I'm also I've bolstered my capital in Coinbase and some other in Binance, so I'm able to have trading capital. So I've moved some capital from my trading account to my crypto account, so I'm able to fire over there too, because there's just a lot going on right now, and it's going to take a lot of money in the next few years, I think, and it'll be up and down, but there's a lot of good opportunities. So the moral of this podcast, or the point of it, is just that dive into things that you're resisting because you think they're stupid and you think it's going to blow up, or society is heading in a bad direction, or these idiots are going to lose all their money. Whenever that happens, it's time to look in sooner rather than later, because you're probably missing out on something, especially if it's really uncomfortable. So that's kind of what I did, and I'm really happy because I've met people doing it, and I'm now tied in more. So if stuff changes, I'll know I'm going to get a lot of trades out of this. I've already gotten some trades out of it. So, and for me, that's the whole thing. It's never going in every day. And this is no judgment on anybody else how they do things at all. But some people want to go in, they run their scans, they look for their stuff, and that's great. I've never worked that way. For me, it's always, I need to be going where I'm curious. And then once I get in an area where I'm curious, it could be futures because the world's blowing up, or, earnings winners, or crypto. I'm using the same kind of thinking apparatus and the same way of entering and exiting trades, like all those technical rules and what I like in a chart, and the thinking is the same everywhere I go. So I'm not really jumping around in terms of my process, but I am jumping around in terms of what I trade, and I'm going to where I'm curious, because when I'm curious, it feels like I'm not working, and when I'm not working, it means I'm probably going to outwork everyone else and have an edge, because it's exactly what I want to do and not what I think I should do.